Hello students, lecture 62. In this lecture you will find three model questions and their model answers in the form of text, which will be mentioned downside the video in where text messages are given in the YouTube. So that you can refer those questions and the method of writing answers. So for this, today's first question is History Chapter 1, Rise of Nationalism in Europe. First question: what were the various ideas introduced by the French revolutionaries to create a sense of collective belongingness amongst the people of France? That in what way the revolutionaries, what methods were used, what ideas they used is the question. So the answer point can be given by starting that these are or these were the various methods used by French revolutionaries to create a sense of collective belongingness. Point number one: the idea of la patrie. La patrie means the fatherland, and les citoyens, the citizens, emphasize the feeling of a united community enjoying equal rights under a constitution. Second point: a new French flag, the tricolor, was chosen to replace the king or the flag of king, that is royal standard, and this flag, the tricolor flags in red, black and gold colors were used by revolutionaries. Point number 3: the Estate General, which was elected by the body of active citizens. About active citizens you studied in 9th class, that the Estate General, which was elected by the body of active citizens, and it was renamed as the National Assembly. Fourth point in this you can mention: a centralized administration was followed and rule of law was imposed for all citizens in its territory. Next point can be given as that internal taxes on trade and balance of taxes were abolished. Uniform systems of weight and measures were adopted. And next point: the French language, which was chosen as the central language, and other languages were discarded or were not promoted, because French was spoken and written in Paris. So French became the common language in the nations. And last point: when the news of all these methods and ideas spread in the cities of European, then the students and other middle class educated people started forming the Jacobin clubs. So this was the first question. Second question is: explain some of the provisions of the Civil Code of 1804 or the Napoleonic Code. It is very important. Civil Code of 1804 or the Napoleonic Code. Points number one in this, point number one can be given as: through a return to monarchy, Napoleon had no doubt destroyed democracy in France, but in administrative field he had developed revolutionary principles in order to make the whole system more rational and efficient. Second point can be given as that Civil Code of 1804, usually known as Napoleonic Code, did away all privileges based on birth, established equality before the law and secured right to property. Third point in this can be given is: in the Dutch republics, in Switzerland, in Italy and Germany, Napoleon simplified administrative divisions, abolished feudal system. Feudal system was that kings used to take the land of the farmers when farmers failed to pay crop taxes or the land revenue, and freed peasants from serfdom. Serfdom was bonded labor, begar generally it is called, and manorial dues. Manorial dues, the taxes which were pending on the farmers, they all were abolished and waived off. Next feature provision of Civil Code of 1804 was in towns also guild restrictions. Guild means making group, political group, social group, economic group, or any other kind of group, which was earlier not allowed. Restrictions were there on guild. Napoleon removed guild restrictions, and transport and communication systems were improved, and faster railways were developed. Last provision of Civil Code of 1804 was peasants, artisans, workers, and new business classes enjoyed the newly founded freedom. Businessmen and small scale producers found that new system of weight and measures would help them to move their trade from one place to another place. So these were the ideas or the provisions of Civil Code of 1804. Third question is the unification process of Germany. That explain the unification process of Germany. So unification process, regarding unification processes, there are two unification processes in your syllabus as per the latest described syllabus by CBSE: unification of Germany and unification of Italy. So I have selected unification of Germany as most important part. So question is, explain the stages of unification process of Germany. So the unification process of Germany can start from point number 1. In 1848, the middle class Germans tried to unite the different regions, areas of the German Confederation into a nation state governed by an elected parliament. The liberal initiatives to this national building was, however, repressed by combined forces of the monarchy and the military, and supported by Junkers. Junkers in Prussia are called the large farmers or the large landowners. In the second stage, after this, Prussia took on the leadership of movement for national unification, and Ottoman Bismarck was the chief minister of Prussia, and he fought 3 wars over 7 years and defeating Austria, Denmark, and France. And with this victory, the German unification completed. Next point can be given is, in January 1871, the Prussian King William I was proclaimed as the German Emperor in a ceremony held at Versailles. On 18 January 1871, the assembly comprising the princes of German state, representatives of army, proclaimed new German Empire headed by William Kaiser I of Prussia. And last point in German unification can also be mentioned: the new German state placed given importance on modernizing the currency, modernization of banks, court, judiciary system in the entire Germany. And the Prussian system, whatever system was taken in Prussia, became the role model for rest of the Germany. So these 3 questions I am putting in the form of text downside the video lecture, so that it may help you to learn properly and how to write. The main focus of these videos is that how to write answer points, what are the calculated answer points. I'm sure it will help, and like this daily you will get 3 questions, and these questions are important as per as my information. So I wish you all the best. If you select if you learn, if you understand these questions properly, they will help you in the coming up examination, whether it is pre boards or it is final exam. Thanks a lot.